everyone, welcome back to another edition of Digital Life with Joel. Now, in today's episode, we're still looking at our formulas and functions, and we're still digging down to see where and how to use them within our Excel sheet. So, as you can see on the screen, and last time we saw our simple data here, we saw how we deal with the formula and the functions, but I want us to dig more down to see how it is done briefly so that we can understand the difference between two. As we said last time, the Excel formulas are user-defined mathematical expressions used to calculate data, and they are written by the user, or they are manually typed from the out of scratch. Now I have my simple data here. Which is the salary deduction calculation, which will use as an example to represent for formulas. We're going to learn how to use formula using this data set here, and we shall go further and see how to use functions within our simple data analysis, as you can see on the screen. Okay, but first thing first, let's first dig into the formulas. Now, as we said earlier, that they are user defined, or the user is the one they manually typed by the user. So I'm the user, and I'm going to manually type a formula to get the result, or to get whatever I want to calculate within my data or my table. Okay, now in this, what do I mean? Now I have my simple data here, where there is a employee's name, the punch in time, punch out, salary, total working hours, salary per day, salary per hour, and the deduction amount. So I want to find out how many total working hour this employer worked, and I want to find out the salary per day he or she will receive, and the salary per hour, and the deduction amount. Okay, how do you see that? Now here I'll use a formula, because my data set mostly involves the multiplication sign and the division sign, where it is best used when you're using a formula, okay, not a function, because multiplication and the division are not there in the function. So here you will best use them with the formula. So you have to type them manually within your data or within your table to get the results. Okay, let's say now let's find out how many total working hour this employer worked. Okay, I have my simple I did my simple calculation here, but we shall go on further. Now, how to find the total working hour for our Ali, the first employer? We shall put our equal sign. Okay, let's go to the second one. And how to find the total working hour for Anna? We shall put our equal sign. Remember, the similarity of all the formula and the function, they all start with the equal sign. Don't forget that. Okay, we shall let's see how to find the total working hour. We shall put our mouse on the cell where we want to type the result. We start with an equal sign, then we open our brackets, then we put our mouse to the punch out time, then minus. Shall use a minus here, minus the punching time, close our bracket, then time was 24 hours. Then we put enter. You see the result. This employer worked 5 hours. Okay, That is the result. And this one here worked 4 hours. Now, a salary per day. How much he will receive per day, he or she will receive per day. We shall here, when we find in the salary per day, we shall look at our salary per month. We divide it by 30 days. Okay, let's find out. We put our equal sign. We click on our monthly salary. Then we divide by, let's say this month has 30 days. 30 days. We press enter. This is the salary he or she will get per day, or he or she is paid per day. Okay, now let's find out how much she works per hour, how much salary she will receive per hour. Now when we're getting the salary per hour, we divide our day salary by the hours you're supposed to work. Let's say 8, 10, 12 hours, something like that. Okay, whichever hour how your duty run with it. Now mine here runs with the 8 hours, my simple data. So we shall start with our equal sign. We get our day salary, we divide it by 8 hours, then we press enter. That is the salary he or she will receive per hour. Okay, now we want to know how much we have to deduct from her, how much we have to deduct from her from those hours she wasn't present on the duty or she didn't work. Okay, we shall get our hours we're supposed to work. For us, we have 8 hours, then minus the total working hour, she worked. Okay, then times the pay salary per hour. Okay, let's look at that and we see. If equal sign first, remember, open our bracket, we get our working hours, which is 8, then we minus the total working hour she worked, close bracket, then times the pay per day. Press enter. This is the money we have to deduct. Now after getting that, you can go on and calculate here, but remember Excel has a built-in pattern. When I press my mouse here, I drag till here, then I double click, it will automatically give me the rest of the results. When you're dealing with large amount of data, you don't need to type every time. No, just have to do your calculation within the first row, then you click your mouse from the result, you drag it till the end where you want to stop, then you double click at the end, then the result will update automatically. Now this is my simple data, and this is how we use formula, or this is how we type manually from scratch to the end when we're using formulas. Now let's see how we can use the function, how the function is used and how to get the function within the Excel. Remember we said functions are built in within the Excel. So I have my simple data here. Again, another example, simple data analysis. I have my customer segment here, I have my quantity, I have my unit price, discount rate, revenue, cost, profit, payment method, and this column one, I didn't name it, sorry, but I want to know the total of this, the total of this, all of them. How much will it be all together? I want to see. Now here we shall use the function. Remember, it is a built-in within the Excel. So If I want to know the total here, I will equal sign first, then I will put the sum function. I put my mouse here, I drag it down till the end, and I press enter. That is the total. Now this one here is what we call a function. It's a built-in within the Excel. Sum is a function, okay, whereas a formula is built by user from scratch. Okay, now this is a function. Okay, let's say I want to know how much my profit, the total profit. I'll put my equal sign, I type sum, you see it automatically brings it. You see how many functions we have: some if, some ifs, some product, some SQ, so many functions there. They are built in within the Excel. You choose whatever, whichever you want. Okay, I press the sum because I want to know the total profit. I click my mouse here, I drag it down till the last, then I press enter. The total will come. It's the total profit. Now we have other simple ways. Now if I want to know how many payment method were made by UPI or debit card, whatever. Now here I'll use a function called COUNTIF. COUNTIF. You see it's here. It's here, COUNTIF. I double click it, it comes, then it requests for a range and a criteria. Now the range is supposed to be where I want to look for my payment method. I put comma there, I open bracket, I open parentheses, then I type, I want to find out how many UPI payment method were used. Close my bracket, I press enter. You see, there are three. There are three UPI payment method used to pay. Okay, three. Now if I want to know how many debit cards, same, I'll use the same. I'll just come here in my formula bar, I change this UPI to, let's say, debit card. Then I press enter. Therefore it automatically updates 4 of them, 1 2 3 4, as you can see. Same applies to here. If I want to know how many consumers paid or bought whichever item, how many consumers were there, home offices, how many corporate were there in the customer segment, I'll definitely use COUNTIF function. Okay, now let's go back, let's delete this. Let's say if I don't want to type it like many times to know it, I'll format my data here like this, format it till to make it, or to put a table inside it. I'll put Ctrl T, I'll select my data range, hold on, I'll select my data range like this, I press Ctrl T to create a table. Okay, now it will show like this. Make sure this box is clicked, showing that my table has headers. Okay, because I have headers here, as you can see. Then you press OK. Okay, it will come like this. Okay, now let me delete this. Let me delete this so that my table looks perfect. Here I can also know, I can definitely click here to know how many office furniture they are there. You click clear filter to remove it. Now let's see if you format your data into a table, how fast and how easy it will be for you to calculate or to use the functions. Okay, I'll press equal sign. Want to know the sum of my total. I press enter. You see, automatically calculates. But when I format my data into a table, I'll have the advantage here. I'll not need to type whichever I want to find out. The functions there automatically there. I can know the count, I can know the count numbers, same as count, I can know the marks, I can know the mean, I can know the sum, I can know the average within the table. It automatically comes. Okay, now here I want to know the sum. Okay, here I will say I want to know the count, how many payment method I have. I have 10 payment method. Now here on the profit, I want to see the profit sum. Here I want to know the sum as well. Here let's say I want also to know the sum as well. Here discount rate, I want to know the count, how many are they? 10. Unit price, I want to know the sum. Same, if I format my data, the quantity, how many do I have? Count 10. Okay, how many are they altogether? They are 53. How many I have here? Customer segment, how many customer segment I have? The count 10. Right now, if you want to know only the home office, you just click here, you deselect this, you click the box where there is office, you click OK, it will update automatically. You'll know the total, the count, if how many offices, home offices use the quantity, something like that. Okay, you come back here, you clear. That is the use of the table, and that's how we use our formulas and function, how to find them. Hope this video was useful for you. Subscribe, share, like, and follow for more. Thank you for watching. See you in another episode. Thank you.